Hello everyone. In the Babylon 5 universe, we were never told the complete story of what happened to Sinclair after he left Babylon 5. We were told that he became an ambassador, and later he found out that he earned the title of Intelza. But we were never told what he did as an ambassador in Minbar, and how he earned the title of Intelza. We also were never told about Sinclair's life after he became Valen. What happened to Sinclair after he left Babylon 5? In the beginning of 2259, Sinclair was called back to Earth. He was reassigned to be the Earth Alliance ambassador on Minbar. Sinclair boarded a Minbari warcruiser to take him to Minbar. On his way to Minbar, the warcruiser stopped to take upon a member of the Great Council. Sinclair was later told that the Minbari were installing a new leader of the council, which was vacant since the death of Jakat. Sinclair was not allowed to talk to this unknown member of the Great Council. He was uneasy about the situation and contacted Garibaldi and his friends to tell Delenn about the new leader. Sinclair was surprised to find out that she left Babylon 5 and did not know she was the member of the Great Council that was in the ship with him. When he arrived at Minbar, he was finally told the whole story of what happened to him at the Battle of the Line and why the Minbari surrendered to the Earth Alliance. He soon met the transformed Delenn, still not knowing that she was a member of the Great Council. Their meeting was interrupted by Minbari, who claimed that Sinclair had long-range weapons and a map of the new leader's route in his belongings. He was accused of being an assassin, and he was arrested. Delenn did not believe that Sinclair was an assassin, and learned that the orders to kill the new Minbari leader came from Babylon 5. Back on Earth, it was believed that Sinclair tried to kill the new Minbari leader because he believed that the Minbari had something to do with President Santiago's death, which is ridiculous. Aboard Babylon 5, Garibaldi and John Sheridan also did not believe Sinclair was guilty, and got to work to finding out who gave the assassination order. Sinclair was taken to court and met Naroon, who was assigned to be Sinclair's prosecutor. Of course, Sinclair pleaded not guilty, but the courts did not listen to his plea. Delenn presented new evidence that was found on Babylon 5. Talia went to probe the mind of a psychop who was investigating an anti-alien group that may be responsible for framing Sinclair. The courts discarded the new evidence. Sinclair's last attempt was to offer his life in exchange for war according to an ancient Minbari custom. Jennifer stopped the courtroom and stated that he pardoned Sinclair. It seemed that Sinclair's last attempt was not in vain. The Great Council could not allow it to be revealed that the humans carried Minbari souls. Delenn left Minbar, and Sinclair took his place as ambassador. Catherine Sakai, Sinclair's fiancée, returned from her mission and reported to Babylon 5, discovering that Sinclair was no longer on Babylon 5. Eventually, Garibaldi provided her with travel documents left by Delenn to join Sinclair at Minbar. Soon after being on Minbar, Sinclair learned about the Shadows and their return. He became leader of the Rangers as well as being an ambassador. He added humans to the Ranger ranks, which was looked down upon by other Minbari. Due to humans being allowed to join the Rangers, Catherine decided to become a Ranger herself, and began the 3 months of training to become a Ranger alongside her fellow recruit, Marcus. Sinclair caused a lot of cultural problems while being leader of the Rangers. He had problems with the other Rangers not allowing humans to use and train with a Minbari staff. Sinclair was able to stop this problem by showing his skills in defeating one of the head Rangers with a Minbari staff. Another problem he faced was allowing all Minbari to join the Rangers, and that included the workers caste, which they previously were not allowed to join. After several months, he sent a message to Garibaldi and Delenn, which was the message that was shown to us in Season 2 of Babylon 5. Catherine volunteered for a mission to destroy a shadow vessel at Sector 14. During this mission, she disappeared into a temporal rift without knowing where she was going to be placed. Sinclair asked Kosh, is there any chance he'll see her again? And Kosh replied by saying, perhaps. After seeing where we saw Valen introduce himself as Valen with 2 Varlans behind him, Valen tried to unite the Minbari people, but the Minbari leaders started to fight among themselves. This frustrated Valen, and he turned his back on them to create the Rangers, a new army to fight the darkness. The Minbari were curious to find out where Valen came from. They tried to trace back his lineage, but couldn't find anything. It was said that Valen was a Minbari, but not born a Minbari. With Valen's success with the Rangers, he shamed the Minbari elders to allowing him to reorganize their government, allowing him to form the Great Council. He chose to remain outside the caste system and become the first chosen one, the leader of the council. Valen needed allies to defeat the Shadows, and he called upon many races to gather at Minbar to discuss joining forces. Valen gave a convincing speech, persuading many races such as the Choctaw to join Valen, while other races such as the Yulu declined to join and chose to remain neutral. This angered the Choctaw, who took Valen's teachings to heart. They chose to teach the Yulu a lesson and launch an assault on the Yulu's homeworld. This angered Valen, and he expelled them from the alliance. Slowly the war started to turn in the favor of Valen, and they drew the Shadows away from ally space. The Shadows retreated and went into hiding at Zahudum, where they went into hibernation. After the war, Valen retold his prophecy stating that the Shadows will return in 1,000 years. Valen realized that it would be dangerous to allow the Rangers to remain an effective fighting force without an enemy to fight. If the wrong person would become their leader, the Rangers would easily become a group of conquest and power. Rather than disbanding the Rangers, he gave them a new job to watch the rim for any shadow activity. Valen eventually found Catherine and married her. This caused a huge scandal at Minbar because she was an alien. Catherine and her children left Minbar to escape prosecution. Before Valen left to go to the sea, he left a box filled with letters addressed to himself, Delenn, and Marcus, with orders that the box will be locked until a specific date. Babylon 4 was not destroyed during the First Shadow War, and it was taken to a secret place to rest as a monument. It's unclear how Valen died, and some said that he traveled beyond instead of dying, and that he will return someday. His children later returned to Minbar in secret with the help of some members of the Great Council, which introduced the human DNA to the Minbar gene pool. This secret was kept away from other Great Council members and the Minbari people to keep the myth of racial purity. After 1,000 years and many generations of Valen's descendants, we are not sure how many descendants there are. The only thing we do know is Delenn is one of Valen's descendants. Thank you for watching this video. What's your thoughts on what happened to Sinclair after he left Babylon 5? I found it interesting how Sinclair's personality slightly changed after he became Valen. I guess he had to forget his human identity and adopt a Minbari personality to blend in with other Minbari. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and also click on the notification bell to keep yourself updated on my channel. If you're interested in recasting Babylon 5 for today, then please like the video on the right and left. Thank you for watching Utopian Broadcast, and I hope to see you next time on the Utopian Broadcast channel. Thank you.